Yo guys, what's going on? So I got part 2 of my Grand Arena Championships today, and I promised I'll be bringing you guys some better footage after yesterday's Grand Arena, which was a bit easy. And this guy was a lot harder, so this is one of the hardest ones I've actually had in a while. As you can see, he didn't clear me that efficiently. He took 2 battles on my Grievous, and he also took 2 battles on this calf team at the back. So I think he massively run out of teams, and I think he was super close to being dry. So he set a decent defense. He had a standard Knights as a team there, and then he had that calf team with that Relic 4 Ness, which honestly scared me. His bounty hunters were pretty bad, but his Grievous team, although his gear wasn't great, his Relic 5 Grievous, that's always something to be scared of. So the way I usually take out Grievous, especially with gear like these, is with Jedi Knight Revan. I know some people say to use Bastilla lead, but I always use Revan. I don't think you need to use Bastilla. I can see why people do it. I mean, my Bastilla is only gear 11 as well. I just never got around to getting a gear 12. But I find that I have a strategy and it works for me. I think if the Separatist team was a lot better, then I might struggle. But I've taken out like full gear 12, like decent Relic Grievouses with this team before. It is literally just a matter of waiting until you can get that mark on Grievous. That is literally the main thing that's going to win you the battle. If you can mark Grievous, you've won. There's pretty much no way you can lose unless somehow he manages to get out of it, but I can't really see it happening. So go into battle here and don't mark Magna Guard. Do not mark Magna Guard. Just call Yoda to assist, is what I do with Revan's ability, and then use the AoE to trigger B2's unique, so he dispels, but before you do that you spread the buffs, so he doesn't actually get any real dispels there, and you can still keep tenacity up on most of your characters. Then just chip away at B2 as quick as you can, and get him down. My Jedi are really poorly modded as well, to be honest. Like, as you can see, my Yoda just barely crits. I used to have a lot better mods, but I just have really poor mods on them now, which is something I should probably look at. But there we go, B2 goes down, Grievous does his first AoE, and he's now available. So he does hit Yoda there for a saviour, but it's fine, we survive that, and now we can mark him. And honestly, from here, the battle's over. Like, yes, in that situation, he could have hit Jolee, but I don't think he would have one-shot Jolee if he went for him. And even if he did, we're still going to win the battle. Like, at this point, Jolee's just not necessary. The only real threat now is Droideka, and I'm convinced, because he's not the best gear level, that he's not going to really hurt us too much. So we literally just keep chipping away at Grievous. This takes a bit longer than it should, just purely because, like I say, my Jedi are just not very well modded, and yeah, so just keep chipping away at Grievous. It takes a little while. He's kind of a annoying character to take out when you don't have any health based attacks. Like, if you can get a few of those like exposes or max health attacks in there, then he just goes down instantly. Like, Malik's Drain usually just one shots him, but it can get a bit nervous, with these Grievous teams, but you get the marks in there, and there we go, he goes down. At this point, it's just a matter of getting as many banners as possible, and I think, considering I managed to get around 57 banners on this battle, I can't actually remember, but not too bad. So this is the team that I would go with against a Grievous team. If they're much better, if they're like a gear 12, 13 Separatist team, then maybe the Bastilla lead's the way to go. But using this tactic, if you have superior speed, you can usually do what you want to do. It's just a matter of surviving one of those big Grievous attacks, but that's why you've got Saviour, that's why you've got Jolee in there, and usually you can sort of rescue the battle. You obviously got Bastilla in there to strip DDK of that damage immunity that he's got. So it's just a matter of time at this point. But yeah, so he set a pretty good defense. It's not as good as mine. My defense was pretty good, so I'm not surprised that he struggled because there you go, 59 banners. That's not bad for that. I'll take that every day of the week. But yeah, his defense wasn't as strong as mine. Sometimes I put too much on defense. But yeah, this guy just put a very, very basic bounty hunter team. There's really no struggles here, so I've just gone in with my resistance, and my resistance aren't great at all. My Jedi Ray, I barely really did that much for her. I think I gave her 1 Zeta. Yeah, she's got 1 Zeta. BB-8's got his Zeta. They're all gear 12 apart from Resistance Trooper, but they've all got pretty poor mods. So my resistance could be a lot better, but I knew there'd be more than enough to take out this boss team. Even with, I think he had like 100% tenacity. I mean, Rey just has, she's a potent character, and with those exposes, etc. And the, yeah, this is just about as sure of a counter as you're gonna get, unless it's like a ridiculously fast bounty hunter team. You're never really gonna get outspared. So I always go after Boba first, just to avoid like any nasty executes. But literally the trick is just to keep Bosk ability blocked, and turn meter down for as long as possible. I use that one on Boba just because I don't want him getting to any of his abilities, and Bosk is currently ability blocked, so he can't taunt or do any of his specials. Boba goes down there, and that's pretty much GG at this point. They haven't really got anyone else that can hurt me. I think we almost lose Scav Rey, but that's because she's only gear 11. Like, she stays alive, so it really doesn't matter too much. And I think, again, we can get an Illuminated Destiny off, and we managed to get a standard amount of banners for this battle. But because he didn't clear me, I knew that if I got decent enough banners, I could win. So I wasn't really trying to go for anything crazy. I wasn't trying to underman anything. I just wanted to get the clear. So I was happy to sort of get around 56, 57 banners each time, knowing that I could afford a loss, because he took 2 tries on 3 of my teams. So I knew I had that sort of luxury. And with this Rey team, it can be easy to regen banners. Sometimes it can't. I think we managed to get full protection on Rey, and then we just finished off there. So 57 banners for that. Not too bad. So as you can see, back wall Padme team. Pretty good Padme team. He has got Barriss instead of 3PO, so that does make it susceptible to what you'll eventually see me take it out with. But this scared me a lot, I'm not going to lie. And I started looking at my teams and what I had left. And like I say, I set a very strong defense. So I didn't have the most teams left, but I was very much debating what to take this Padme team out with. Now there's a few different things you can do here. One of the ones you can do when they don't have C3PO is use Palpatine lead. It's very effective. You can use a mirror match that tends to take Padme out, and my Padme was pretty much the same as his. All gear 12 apart from Anakin. My Anakin's Relic 5, his Anakin's Relic 4. And I didn't have Barriss because I used Barriss for my clone team. So I would have had to chuck in like a Qui-Gon Jinn, and I didn't really feel like that was a good idea. So basically what you see me trying to do here is just weigh up my options between the Night Sister team and the Calf team. So I knew that I had 3 teams capable of taking them out, and I'm basically just looking at how best to do it. So I had CLS. Now CLS will not take out Night Sisters, and it will not take out Padme. So I knew I was going to use my CLS on the Calf team. So then it was just a matter of deciding how I was going to take out the Night Sisters and how I was going to take out the Padme. So you'll see me deliberating for quite a while here, and I actually had to cut some of the video out just because I was taking so long. You'll see me just check the nest there. It's a pretty beastly nest. So basically what I decided to go with, I went for Palpatine, and I overdid this. I got scared. I overdid this. I went for Traya and Scion and Thrawn, and I honestly probably didn't need them. You'll see how easy this battle is. I don't even think they get a turn, and I get a full 60 banners. But I actually forgot that Vader gets a speed boost, so I put Thrawn in because I wanted him to go first, and I knew my Thrawn was faster. but I forgot that Vader gets his speed burst and he can get out the door, which is kind of frustrating because, as you'll see, I didn't really need Thrawn, and I didn't really need Scion or Traya, but the rest of my Empire is not great. So in one way, I think I took maybe 1 or 2 characters too many. I could have split this team up and used it in different ways, but I did get the full clear. As you can see, Padme was isolated there. Now, if she wasn't isolated, she probably would have cleansed. So that could have made this battle a lot worse. So I think bringing in what I bought in did secure the win. I think we might have still been able to keep the turn meter train rolling, but we ended up getting 60 banners here. Padme gets 1 shot off. I think Barriss might take a turn. It's a pretty foolproof counter. If you have better Empire than me, if you have like a really good probe droid, or you have a good TIE fighter pilot or something like that, then maybe you can use that instead. But I really just wanted to take out this Padme team. The Anakin scared me a lot, and from having a lot of experience running a Padme team in Arena, I know that Anakin is 1000% the main piece of the puzzle. If Anakin dies, then you really don't have any chance of winning any battles. He's just the main guy. So 60 banners there, and we've been pretty efficient so far. I think a 57, a 58 and a 60. So we're looking good at this point. We are running low on teams. So this battle, I knew what I was going to do. And it's Rebels, and I took Nihilus. So I've been careful here. Now, Rebels can take out Nest, but given the fact that my Rebels are gear 13 and this Nest, sorry, my Rebels are gear 12 and the Nest is gear 13, I didn't think I'd be able to get it. I didn't think I'd be able to get her down. I've been stuck on Nest before with Rebels, where you just keep removing her turn meter and she just doesn't take a turn. She just stacks protection. And my advice to you would be to not use just Rebels against Nest, because she can punish you. Especially if you're going to use someone like C-3PO. So I bought in Nihilus for the easy win. That's literally, I bought in Nihilus for the easy win. And you'll see at the end of this video why I say I maybe didn't need to take Scion and Traya against Padme, and maybe why I didn't need to take Nihilus against this team, because I could have used those 3 guys. I really could have used these 3 guys. But CLS against Karth, straight up counter. If Ness wasn't here, I could undersize this easily for 60 banners. More than 60 banners, because they regen protection so quickly. And here I'm just keeping Ness stunned. Just keeping her stunned as long as possible. Waiting for Nihilus to charge up as Annihilate, so she can't do any counters. She can't... because she can stack up a lot of damage. And at gear 13, she's hitting those exposes. I really didn't want to give her a chance to hit an expose on Nihilus, because that can take him out really quickly. So yeah, I took Nihilus on this one, and obviously it has got me the easy win. I think I managed to get 59 banners on this one. I didn't have a way of regening Nihilus's protection, but yeah, it might be overkill, but we got the job done. 59 banners, and that left the Night Sister team. So Night Sisters they're a tricky one, because they're one of those teams you really don't want to underestimate, but at the same time, they're not like a top squad. So Padme really does make like short work of it, especially with a high relic Anakin. Now, I took in Qui-Gon Jinn here. I definitely would not have needed Qui-Gon Jinn. I could have done this with these 4, but I did it anyway for an extra assist, an extra taunt removal. I just wanted to get the job done. Like I said, I wasn't taking any risks. But as you guys are probably thinking, I don't have many teams left, so I was banking on a bit of luck here for the back wall. So kill order here, honestly, really doesn't matter. Go for whoever. The Night Sisters just don't have enough to take out Padme. She heals too quickly, and they can't plague through your protection up. So it's just a matter of time. And like I said, when I've got relic 4, 5, 6, 7 Anakin, he's just gonna blow everything up anyway. Like, Anakin is just a one-man army. But I didn't want to take any risks, so usually just take out the 2 revives that they have, the 2 reses, and then go for Daka, get her out of there. She's using a Ventress lead, so once Daka's gone, there's no chance for anyone to revive unless Mother Talzin manages to line up her special in such a way. But that rarely happens. And with Ventress down, they just don't have enough DPS to get through me at this point. It's not ever going to be a lot of banners using Padme. They're always going to take banners off you, but I really didn't care. 55 banners and we get through. Now, here's where the problem lies. At this point, we're laughing. I've cleared everything so quickly, so easily. One battle, so much more smoothly than he did. But as you can see, very strong Geo team on the back line, and I have nothing left. I have bounty hunters, poor bounty hunters. I have Ewoks, and I have a couple of separatists and a couple of rebels. But I really didn't have anything left. And I think I knew at this point that unfortunately I'd lost. And it was a real shame because I played it so well, but the main flaw for me here is my defense. So yes, I massively succeeded in making him stumble. He was super inefficient in clearing me, and I think he only just cleared me, but I didn't need that much. I could have saved one of my mess teams. I could have saved Geos, and I could have made my defense a little bit less strong. I probably still could have made him falter, and I could have cleared him a lot more efficiently with not more efficiently, but with teams remaining. And now you'll see why I said that I should have saved Sion, Treya and Nihilus, because they would have been able to take care of this Geo team, no problem. And what you just see here is me possibly trying to theory craft. I think I knew that I was doomed, but really the only thing that I could think of was getting the extortion train running with Newt, and then trying to take in Probe Droid for a self-destruct. I thought if I could self-destruct onto Brood Alpha, then I could take in a cleanup team. And I think in theory the idea is a solid one, but look at the gear I've got. There's just no gear on these guys. Newt, gear 10, Django, gear 11, Dooku, gear 10, and then I think I fill the last spot with Boba and Imperial Probe Droid. I take Boba out and I use Bosk. So my thought was that Bosk would just sort of provide a bit of cover, but they're so good at stripping taunts, and it was sort of obvious that he was going to go down really quickly. Geonosians really are a good team, and they're not to be underestimated. I didn't underestimate them. I just went for I banked on the fact that he wasn't going to set anything good in his backcourt. I thought it was going to be something like Ewoks or something like a Kira lead, or just something that I could have taken out with a bounty hunter team or an Ewok team or separatists or rebels. Like, I had teams left, but I just didn't have anything that could take out Geos. So I thought maybe control them with Dooku stuns, keep them ability blocked, but fat chance of that. I think I land like one ability block here. Yeah, I land a couple, but it doesn't matter. Newt gets taken out, and as you'll see, I just end up retreating. And I could show you guys my rest of attempts, but there really is no point. There's this team that I use, then I go in with Ewoks, and then I go in with this makeshift rebel team with an Akbar lead and Wedge and Biggs, and it just goes completely terribly. Like I said, I think I was resigned to the fact that I'd lost, but that's just how it goes sometimes. You live and you learn, and it was a really close one, even though I didn't manage to clear him. If I did clear him, it would have been a super efficient on my part, but I've learned not to go too hard on the defense and to try and save one of those back teams. But you know, it's unfortunate to take a loss this early. It's my second loss of Grand Arena, which is already one more that I took in the entirety of the last one. So hopefully we can learn from that and move on. But I did share a couple of messages with this guy after, because I just messaged him saying GG, and he did reply saying that he was he struggled a lot to clear me, and it was one of the hardest battles he'd had. So, you know, that's some form of consolation, I guess. But he was a really good opponent. He had a few 100k GP on me as well. Not that I think that made a massive difference. Maybe it gave him that little bit of edge in terms of roster depth. But at the end of the day, it was my fault. I shouldn't have set so many teams on defense, and he got the win. So, I mean, look at me. I'm trying to bloody Sith Maul team. I was trying to maybe daze them all, and then if I got one below 50% health, I could crush them with Savage. There really was just no chance of me winning here. So that's all for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we can have a little bit more luck on the next Grand Arena. Like I said, if you did enjoy the content, please do like and subscribe, and turn the notifications on, because I will be uploading these more or less every day, or whenever there's a Grand Arena Championship going. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll leave the rest of the footage on view so you can watch me pathetically attempt to take on these Genosians. And I'll show you the message that I'll send into this guy at the end of this video. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one.